again. I forgot my mic. I'm sorry. Hi. Maybe one day I won't forget. Anyway, today I'm going to go back to painting this, and apparently zooming in really fast, magically with one click, because I don't know how. Anyway, we're just gonna kind of jump right on into this. Thing is, where do I want to go? I'm gonna go back down here and work on this part. Hey, you must be seeing double, huh? Yeah, well, on this, his shoulder's staring at you. Aw, so this is a baby photo. Well, if he's a baby in this photo, does that make him a minor? This photo was illegally taken. You are, words. You're displaying him at a younger age without his consent. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh yeah, and how'd he give you permission? Okay. Does he sign all his paper agreements with his paw print? Just like we do. Well, how do you keep them from tracking ink everywhere throughout the house? You'll be able to use them when they are approved, and they are not yet approved. They are still pending. They have to be approved by the Twitch team to make sure, you know, it's not inappropriate or anything. And since I'm an affiliate, I don't have priority. The partners have priority over us, which is no big deal. Some people it takes only, even as an affiliate, 4 hours. Mine has been there for 2-3 days, but that's fine. They can take their time. And since there's 3 tiers for people to subscribe to, there is a customized emoticon for each of them. That's why I needed 3. So I did too dark of a spot there. Whoops. Does have a swatch. Not like color samples, but that it has. That's not what I'm looking for. Do I have a test canvas on this one? What's this again? And that's the kind of brush setting. I already have my brush setting in place. It's alright if it doesn't have one, but I'm intrigued. That way to make... Yes. You have to be a subscriber to use them, and at each level you get one or the other. And the anvil is a basic subscription. The one of the ladybug girl that was creepy is the next step up, and the highest subscribers get the Dinkelberg. Let's see, does this have it? Oh. That folder is empty. Step. settings. There we go. I also get to make, well, it depends when you click subscribe. Do you do the normal cheap one? Do you do the $9.91 one or the $25 one? It's $24.99. I have them named, but I think I named it Like, Love, and Infatuation just to have a name for them rather than the default subs. Because the first tier sub, the second one is $9.99 sub, and the other one's $24.99 sub. If you give me a little bit, I can check. I can check right now, but I don't want to get too far off course, you know. Especially since this is to help time future events. Well, not events, but work of this. Yeah, there's a way to check. You go into your Twitch settings, which I don't know how you do it on mobile, if there's a specific way in the mobile app version, but I know the mobile browser has it where you can go into your settings and you can see who you're subscribed to, and I believe it tells you all the levels of subscriptions. That I can check real fast without too much of a effort. The longest part is waiting. Because I know where I'd be looking for that. This, to check your subscriptions, I know where I'd be looking, but to find you in particular is the only thing that'd take a little longer. You go to settings and then you click subscriptions, I believe. No, that's not it. Actually, yes, that is it. You go under there and it'll tell you a channel you're subscribed to with the banner on it, as well as their little icon. It'll say their name, like mine will say like Bestest Cat, and it'll say the kind of subscription, which would be the Like, Love, or Infatuation. Those are the 3 levels I named mine. And it will put in the bottom like you're directly supporting the broadcaster, chat badge, and chat emoticon. And then right below it, it would show the emoticons you receive. If you receive just 1, you're the lowest donor level. If you receive 2, you're the next up. If you receive 3, then you did the infatuation package, and you get all of them. But, well, it won't show the icon right now since they're not released, but it also tells you when the benefits will end on said date. Well, go through there, and it should tell you the kind you're subscribed to, and if you're the lowest one, then you're the lowest one, and you'd have to upgrade your subscription. Anyways, you can check that way. I know you can check in the browser form. I don't know the app, how opened it is for that. I can probably look on the side for that. Because again, I'd know where I'd be looking on this. Click profile, click settings. Let's see what it says. Account, my subscriptions. Yep, it is available on there. And when you click it, it gives you all your subscription info. It's not hard to find on mobile. I can do a quick walkthrough for you if that's what you'd like. This won't be the clearest, but there's a little gear icon up here. You click that gear icon. Well, first let's start. You'd probably be watching mine. You go to the main thing. Don't do this moment or you won't see what else I'm doing. You click your little icon thing in the corner, which I assume yours is blank, and then you click the gear. When you click the gear, things pop up at the bottom down here, and you click settings. Excuse me. And then up here you click account, and then you click my subscriptions, and then it'll have pages of what you're subscribed to. It says I'm subscribed to myself defaultly because when you become an affiliate and or partner, defaultly you are subscribed to yourself. That way you can actually access your own emotes that you add, and you are subscribed to the highest version of yourself in that format. I just figured I'd explain that to you because that's one thing you wouldn't know. Anyways, take a moment to go do that, and I'll still be here. It's not like I'm gonna disappear. I believe if it's lower, I believe you can edit your subscription by clicking the sub button and just going with a higher package. If that is that it's too low. I believe you can, that is. If you go to the sub button, for example, right now as I reference this, I'm referencing somebody I subscribe. To do it, you open the subscribe button, the little down arrow, and then it says upgrade your subscription. And it'll say subscribe to the one that you're at. You can click whichever one you want to subscribe to. If you want to subscribe to the second package, and you click subscribe now to that, or you go to the highest package and subscribe. The highest package is the one that will have the Dinkelberg emote. And even then, I'm not asking that of you to change it, but I am just teaching you how so that you understand if you ever want to. You're fine just on the basic one if you had switch you want to stay at. I won't judge you. Not dumb. Give me a moment, I'll see if I can walk you through a quick little thing on this. Nonetheless, none of them are approved yet, so... But give me one moment. I will go to somebody I am subscribed to. Maybe I can't do that. If you can't do it on mobile, you should be able to do it in the browser version on your phone. Either that, or you can actually go on a computer and do it. Part of why I'm having trouble checking is one of the people I'm subscribed to that I'm using this as an example for isn't online streaming. So when I open their channel, it's not them, it's who they're hosting. So give me one moment to see how to... Yeah, it seems as though you will have to do that on either mobile browser or regular browser. I'm not sure how you do it on the app. Unless you're live, which I am, but the person I'm looking at isn't. The same button you go to subscribe to me normally, poke at that button. That button should help you. It should allow you to upgrade it from there. So the way you've been subscribing the whole time, find that button. Yeah, then you'll have to use the browser form. You can upgrade a subscription, which is no big deal. Don't mind me just doing a bit of a gradient thing here. Because you are, but you can't upgrade the subscription on the mobile app. Go on the browser on mobile. Like, open up whatever you use, Firefox, Chrome, whatever. And it'll say, do you want to use the app? Just click no. And then click the little, go to your profile, go to subscriptions, open my channel through there, etc., etc. You take your time. But again, don't feel like you have to do that. You can also use the app to hold the video externally. If you still feel like watching, you just will not be able to chat like that, but you'll still be able to watch. I should actually leave this out and let's see. Actually, that's all I want to do. Just give me one moment. There we go. Hello. My pen just assaulted me. Come on. Right click. There we go. Anyways, how are you? Welcome back. Well, that's cool. Were you able to do what you wanted, by the way? Looks like the autocorrect bug is hitting you too. Just ready to jump off a cliff. What? I am so confused. It's either that or you might just have to do it on PC. Or put it on desktop mode. on your phone. I mean, the mobile is still limited because you can't always put the feature of everything into mobile editions of things. Pros. Twice. Were you on the mobile PayPal website or a mobile part of that site? That's weird. Yeah, let's do a little work over here. Real quick, I'm doing some using like a palette knife here just to soften these edges. Just a bit. So there's a lot of different conflicting hues and tones. There we go. As much of a difference as it seems like it didn't make, if I actually go back, look at that. That way those hard edges are gone. Please. Relatively small brush to come back to this spot. And that's probably the cleanest thing he's licked lately. hardest part about this spot is the different patches. You don't want it to look too blotchy in this spot, which isn't too hard to do. And doing the bit I did do earlier just made my wrist sore was all. When I first did it. That's why I do this little spot over here in sections. One thing I've learned from all the gaming I've done in my life, especially PC gaming, rebind, rebind, rebind. Rebind the entire keyboard, various things like that. Sometimes I don't 100% rebind everything in games, but through all that you can learn in such like art programs different things that you can actually bind. Because a lot of things people don't know you can actually create a binding for them, such as some programs you can have part of the hue scale, part of the gray scale, you can bind them, or at least you can kind of make your own. It's interesting. Rebind, as in change it, it's defaultly, let's say, in a game, the arrow keys are the default ways to move, but you can rebind them to WASD. But most of the time it has that as a secondary bind, but let's say you wanted to remove the arrow keys entirely, you just remove it off of there. You can also change, let's say the attack button for a basic attack is 1 and 2 is some magic heal thing. You can change that to Z and X instead because it's closer. That way you can move to them faster. So you'd be using WASD as the arrow keys and then just move down just to use your attacks or something. But some people like to move their fingers up, or depending on what it is. Some people don't even use WASD or any form of arrow keys and just mouse. But some people use the arrow keys and rebind the entire keyboard for attacks and heals for games. It all depends on the type of game you're playing. Now what I'm doing here is just basically trying to create that rough look, but I'm also going to blend it so it's as smooth as the bottom one without it looking too rough, but enough that at a distance it looks like a bunch of different interlacing colors rather than dots, though I'm placing them as dots. And what I did over here was I just added a bit of a baseline, so I knew a lot of what the browns were that were going to be in there. Not for the darkers though, so I keep referencing that spot as a light tone. I already know what my dark tone is thanks to down here. Which you guys can't see this on camera right now, but I can. Because the screen capture I have it set up, you don't see everything because I usually work in the middle of my screen, not always, but in this case, yes. Hence why I'm tapping a lot too, by the way, because I'm doing a lot of tapping, I'm doing a lot of keyboard changes. And what a lot of people don't realize, if you've noticed how I have the background going through even behind the dog, there's a reason for that. You don't want the background just in what you can see in certain cases. I laid down my black as a base coat, in a sense, so it will be the background of these colors, and actually will sometimes affect how they show up. Not in not every case, but it adds a base. In certain things, depending on what you're working on, you want a lighter base. Like let's say you're doing trees. Apply a light green in the background. Brown can go over that easily, no problem. Darker greens, you can see the light green through it as a background, and you just kind of like dab brushes around. That way it looks like there's dimension. I'm talking about the dog as a subject right now, as in using the dog, not talking about Scotty himself. Talking about the dog being a painting subject. So relax. Sorry, but no person has a long snout like this. As much as you wish he did, though. Everybody, as much as they wish they had long snouts. Anyways, I know you're kidding. And as am I. It's going good. Just working on the dog. I mostly finished the bottom section of the right side. Right now I'm working on the left. The left takes a little more out of my wrist, so I do it in sections. I'm also working up close. Like what I'm doing is a dot technique. That way I can get it to look like at a distance all the different kinds of fur, because there's both a blackish look to it due to the lighting, as well as browns, dark browns, light browns. So we're doing dots, and then we're going to smooth them a little bit later around the edges with a palette knife. Yeah. It just takes more out of my wrist because it's a lot of repetitive dots. And, like most artists, I have wrist problems every now and again. So I pace myself and stretch my wrist often. Anyways, I'm almost done with this little section, and then I'm going to blend this section. Because up here is the rough section I just added. Down here is the section I smoothed a little. Because if it's too rough, you'll notice it from afar. And you don't want to notice that in the individual dots. You want them to look like the fur. Which the fur isn't sharp little bits and pieces. It's soft. And soft edges. Anyways, now to the palette knife part. We're gonna work here a little. We're using like the smallest palette knife we can in this case. Doesn't have to be entirely smooth, but just a bit. Around here. I'm not sure how well you can actually see this affecting it, but I can see it affecting every pixel. But then again, I'm a little more used to seeing this as I work, that is. I think that's part of base. We're gonna add a little more there. There we go. Now we're just gonna blend. I'm probably gonna go over a bit that's up here, due to the fact of it's just kind of how the flow works. Yeah. Hate this kind of stuff. I'm gonna look at it from afar for a moment and check my edges. Soften that a little. Yeah. There we go. Now see, on quick glance, that just looks like bits of fur, just similar to what it does in there. I will work a little bit on some of the lighter edges here. Thank you. Alright, real quick, I'm going to save. If my mic cuts out, I apologize. There we go. Well, what's that face for, Kilo? Speaking of, I just scraped my foot up against the floor and didn't even think. Okay, I'm good. I have to rebandage it sometime. Anyway. Kilo probably got a paper cut again, huh? I always get paper cuts while I'm streaming. What are you, watching this on an advanced piece of paper? So I'm assuming you lost all feeling in your leg. Because I think we've all been there before. Where's my pen? Every time. Why do I bother putting it down? I should glue it to my hand. There we go. It's done saving, and my mic did not cut out this time. I'll take a little break from that spot and come over here. Work a little bit on this. I've been doing a little bit here and there when it comes to this one. Ah. Pen, why are you like? Wait, I know why it's like. Hold on. My pen, that is, not anything else. It's fine, don't worry about it. It was actually a really dumb story. Anyway. Let's see. You know, there's a reason for there being this. What I'm doing. Honestly, the only thing I have to worry about is that I keep it clean, the usual things. The edge of it, if that's where I'm doing that, the edge of it, I'm trying to add in the spot where the whisker, whoops, wrong color, hue, goes over some of this, but then there's also highlights and shadows, so I'm gonna make it thick like this. That way it can be referenced in a farther sense. There we go. Alright, because he has a bit of a whisker that comes off from his chin. But the only thing that makes it see is the fact that it's kind of like a whitish, but it almost looks gray, hence why I had to make sure I could distinguish it from the gray of the collar. Do the edge, and then do the upper part. The middle section. Oops. Map that straight into the edge. And I'm going to map another spot. Switch between those two. And switch to the lighter. Some water. There it is. Blends in a little bit. Sorry about that. I just got thirsty for some reason. Anyway. I'm gonna map one more spot. It's gonna be a bit of a bigger spot. We're gonna map from here, which is mainly the same gray tone, but it'll switch a little darker before it switches light. I'm mapping it right into these lighter colors. There we go. That way I can map where those highlights are going. Sometimes it's hard to. Just going to. Whoops, I forgot I was a slightly small brush for mapping. And around those whites. Those whites I want a smaller. That way I can do a few different shades and it doesn't look like one. Uh-oh, there's somebody lingering around here. Because the floppy Canadian pancake just donated $10 and said, "You got skills." So, I'm assuming it's you, Ginger, lurking around, because there's only one floppy Canadian pancake I know. What, blessed to have knowing a floppy Canadian pancake? For that $10 donut, the bunny running around in a circle. I'm sorry, I don't have very many animated images in place still. Probably busy. Life stuff. You know, Canadian stuff. I mean, considering his kind takes in their own blood, or at least his, since he apparently lives and breathes and bleeds maple syrup. At least him, anyway. Hey, fresh maple syrup is the best thing ever. Uh-oh. Guess what? Somebody's impersonating Ginger. Another floppy Canadian pancake? Mongrel. Just a mongrel wearing the skin of a pancake, for I am the floppiest. Oh, I know who donated. Where's my pen? There it is. I knew it was you who donated because I can read my PayPal and see who donated. And you donated enough that I could recognize that it was you, Kilo. No, honestly, but Ginger is the only floppy Canadian pancake here. Oh, come on, let's be honest. He's the only floppy Canadian pancake here, and even he says so. You impersonator. Well, then make yourself some pancakes. You're an adult. And if you're not an adult, just ask somebody on the team, be like, come over and give me pancakes. I mean, some people like Liz already is like, but I can't make no bakes, I miss MC. Be like, I got a deal for you. You make it, I'll eat it. Liz would probably be down. Hey, don't make me put you in timeout. Just because you're a moderator doesn't mean a hissing cat can't go in timeout. Well, then quit impersonating a Canadian pancake. Because that's just red and white. There's no blue in there. Wow. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I don't even want to talk about that. Anyway, no, it's a ban anvil in this stream, and if you can't appreciate that it is an anvil, I will use it on you. Nah, I don't care. Because you're not a moderator. Swords for moderators because it's dangerous to go alone. We don't use banhammers here. We use the sword and we point and we say, "Unleash the ban anvil on thee." You're gonna stab the sword. That sounds legit. Okay. It's believable. Maybe. Maybe not. And you don't get whatever image you want. It doesn't work like that. Actually, I believe there is somewhere to edit it. I believe it was something I didn't know existed as a thing that I could edit, and then I just saw it one day and I'm like, that is cool. I think. Don't hold me to that. But it's like that globally on my stream. If I could change it, I can't recall. So if I made it a gun, everybody would. And even then, no. You're not the FBI. Not the... And FBI as in... okay. I'm just going to ignore you? I won't really ignore you, or will I? I don't know yet. Haha. Anyways, veteran watchers, yes, veteran watchers can choose to be a moderator. For an example, if you donate enough, there's loyalty points, and you can redeem them. You do know that, right? Because I thought everybody knew that. I made an announcement about that, and you were here. Were you not here that day? Maybe I just guess you just were absent that day, you know? Never there. If you go to the donation page and you click the loyalty points button, there's, you can see how many you have. Like, and, you know, well, hi, glad to see you stop by. Thank you for subscribing again. My subscriber motions have been submitted. They're not yet there. But, the highest subscriber package gets Dinkelberg. The other two are just kind of a bit of a joke. The first one just kind of came from literally the last time I streamed. The other, kind of the last time I streamed too, but it was different. Anyway, as I was saying for you, Kilo Mike, there's a loyalty points page. And you can redeem those loyalty points. Those loyalty points are gained by people who watch and donate. You have to support the stream in any way. It just takes longer to do it in some ways. And it has, the Dinkelberg emote hasn't been verified yet. Like, they're still pending verification by the Twitch team, but it is the icon for the infatuated package. Anyway, on that page, you can redeem your points under the loyalty page, and I can look at people who are on the leaderboard, for example. You get 1 for every 10 minutes you watch, and anybody watching on a computer gets little pop-up giveaways every once in a while. Not everybody do, but just those who are on a computer, because it's not yet formatted for mobile, so I apologize for you guys. Anyway, it'll say your rank at the top. If you have donated under multiple names, and I can confirm that via my PayPal history, I can override for a redeemed reward. But that it counts watch time as well as donations. It's something I enacted a little recent, so it's not something that took the entire time, I don't believe. It might have. But for example, our lovely moderator friend here, John, he has been under J McKay and John _ McKay, which is what he's at now. And under J McKay, he has the highest 1,500 pips. And under where he's at now, he has 73. That counts donations and watching, as well as redeeming those points. The second highest is Dinkelberg, which is at 1,000. And they're fourth. Aquila, yeah. What do you mean, why so many? No, that doesn't mean you donated 73 times. You get 1 pip every 10 minutes. And you also get those pop-ups on desktop. Every once in a while, a chest will pop up and you guys have to open it. Anyway. Kilo, let me tell you, if I look under your name, this gets interesting. Because you haven't donated as your name very much. Like, you really haven't much. You've more so donated under different names. And I don't know if these loyalty points are for watching and donating on Streamlabs. I don't believe it takes anything else, but I can take a little peek at it real fast. It is still relatively new, so you have to give it a little, hold on. Where is this again? Is it integrations? No, it's not integrations. What am I talking about? Ha! Found it, I think. So as I make a little pause from the stream for a moment to look at this, I can add points to people manually, to all viewers. I can add points to individual people, so I can use them in my own giveaways. I can manage rewards, which Some of them are like shout outs on social medias for other people's Twitch pages. Mod for a day at 5,000 pips. Ask a question I have just low. I think it's at 50 right now. And not all of these would be answered on stream unless preferred. Mod forever. That is okay. If that is the default set price for mod forever, that is actually kind of high. Because that was 1 million pips, which no. Is not. If you get one every 10 minutes, and you get, I think, one per how much donated again? Let me look at my settings for this. Which I can change anything at any point. We'll put 1 pip per 5 minutes. You get points for follows, subs. You get some for bits. What is the default for money donations though? Do points for sub 100, points for follow 50. I thought I had this all configured. It must not have saved my settings. Points for host, I'll do 5. I think it counts per time hosted, so we'll do 5. Or no, I'll do 10 for that. Points per 100 bits. Sorry, I'm kind of going a little off here for a moment. For now, I'm just gonna set that. Well, I need to see. I do not want to reset points. Whoa. Whoa, don't take me to Twitch for something. I don't want to go to Twitch for that. That's for the extension. It's directly. Anyway, under all the names you've done, you did Canadian Pancake once, which, why is that not showing up in here? That's showing 1 to 30 of 30. I know this takes money donations. That's for whatever reason. That's weird. This doesn't follow exactly what it says on this page in Streamlabs. Like, they're showed different. Where's Dingleberg on this? Is Dingleberg showing up? Dingleberg would have been the top. I can't organize this, so maybe I can. Click points. Yeah, actually, that's weird. Floppy Canadian Pancake isn't here, but it might not be updated. I don't. Anyway. I'm pretty sure you did all the Dinkelberg posts. So there's 1,000 there, then 49 on your account, which doesn't correlate right. So I think I don't know what to think, honestly. Because I know there's more than just that on the pips. It even says that you, like, what you've donated by Twitch username. I don't know what that's doing. Hold on, let me check my actual donation settings real quick. Again, sorry for kind of taking a little break from the work to do this, but I am confused. It should still format it due to all the history being available, but I know you got pips for it. At least that's part of what I had set up for it. Are you guys having fun making little emotes? Where'd this be under? Do any of you know? Because this was a thing. And I'm 100% sure I configured it for donations to match. Actually, yes, that does look like a member berry with a wig. Does it have the, aha! I think I found the setting I'm looking for. Maybe. How do I set that up? That's interesting? Question mark? So one setting real quick. This is under currency. Currency. Keys, style, change, manifest. Profile. Do I have my Streamlabs? That's the issue. My Streamlabs isn't connected. I apologize, guys. Give me one quick moment for that. I figured out what it was, I believe, because till then the currency is just local, and it's not local. I thought I had this reconnected. So, give me a moment. This is why you guys can't see the other things on my screen like this, because if you could see the other things on my screen, you'd see my super secret code. There we go. I think now I can make it non-local. Use Streamlabs currency. There we go. And let it all update. Let me, games. Okay, the chess thing is a game. In the reward you can get every 5-10 minutes, depends. There is rewards of up to 20 pips. The chess drop every 5 minutes with a for now, it's a 50% viewership gets it, and the chest will remain there for 10 seconds. So any of you that are on PC, that's what you receive. Unless it works on mobile browser, which it might. I am not aware if it does. Anyways, points for follows. 50 points for sub. People who subscribe get 100 pips. Per host, it's 10, because I'm assuming it's per host. And then on raid, there's a new thing where you do /raid and people can raid my channel. The people that raid my channel, they get about half of what the sub is. They get 50. And then live payout. I can set bonuses for people who are active, people that get regular bonuses, moderator bonuses, etc. When I'm online, every 5 minutes intervals, people get a basic pip for that per 5 minutes, and people who are active will receive a bonus of 4 more pips. Moderators receive that. People who are subscribed which all of these add up. So if you are active and you are a sub, you will also get. So we'll give for a sub, they'll get 5 more, and a regular bonus every now and again will be for those who are more regular on the stream. We'll make that 5 and do the sub bonus 7. Yeah. So bonus 8. Moderators will receive about the same amount. And people become a regular after they receive at least 100 pips. And if you're curious as to how many you have, it's exclamation point pips, I believe. Okay, back to me previewing the chat again. Sorry for that. Yeah, kind of off to the side anyway. And thank you, Big Ches, for all the random cheers. It is very much appreciated. This should be working with money, regular money. That's the only way Dinkelberg can be making that much. Yeah, that's the thing of why I'm confused. You've also donated as Dinkelberg, so I might have to combine that. Keep one stuffed animal. There we go. I can do various raffles like this that I have going on right now. And that will be, there we go. And yes, it did take. Whether it told you or not, it did take. I'll have to look into that and see, because I know it's supposed to take the money amount you donate, considering Dinkelberg has the highest pips, and Dinkelberg clearly isn't a watcher. But it seemed to have been a little weird about taking those, unless that was during the beta. No. cannot rig them. Anyway, I said that they can't be rigged, so why is that not fair that it's not rigged? Nonetheless, certain ones I can allow more than one entry, ticket entry. Anyway. Back to this collar. I'll mess around with that at the same time, but I need to do some work. Too. Excuse me. I'm kind of like hiccuping over here. Anyways, I will close that in a little bit, so everybody join in. I'll do some random things like that every now and again. Usually when you're blue, you're already passed out, so, anyway. Anyways, I can also add more points to viewers at any given time. So I guess if you stay active enough, maybe when I'm on, I'll pop you some more. I still don't know why Dinkelberg has the most points, though. That's weird. I have no idea why, actually. It's weird. Oh geez, do not convince people to accidentally pass themselves out all the time. Come on. Anyways, you don't have to use the chat to do those things because it should all be on the extension. Because I do have the extension installed. Just for me, it's always been clear. You can redeem the points that way as well as check, but you can also check in the chat that way. Only time I hold my breath is when I'm trying to suppress it. Never go underwater when you swim. When do you swim? Is that never? Anyway. Yeah, he must really watch my stream a lot like a little stalker. I really have absolutely no idea how... Yeah, anyway. Because I did have it set up to take currency, and then it's not. And if it's not, I have no idea how Tinkleberg has the most. It makes no sense to me. Yeah, like I have the little extension on it. It's because you envy his pool away, Timmy Turner. Well, not Timmy Turner, Mr. Turner. I can't even. Anyway. Palette knife does whatever a palette knife does. I have no idea. Wacky inflatable arm men. Where wacky inflatable arm guy? Float on him. I love how those are the three sentences really pace themselves well. How humiliating would that be? I'm a 23-year-old man. Do they sell them? They're looking like ducks. Anyway. Just those things following each other. Eesh. Yes. I get judged so much because that's my favorite thing. Your matching goggles must be yellow. They can't just be goggles. They have to have little ducks in the center, so all you see is ducks when you swim. Yeah, John, I am not the only one who likes spin the duck. Thank you very much. I get so judged. Quacksilver. Okay, sorry, but you're supposed to be the hot and spicy Cheez-It, not a duck. When did this change happen? I'm intrigued. When did you devolve? Yes, devolve. When geese fly in a V, one side is longer than the other. Oh yes, do you know why? A duck in a hot spicy Cheez-It costume? No, you are a hot spicy Cheez-It in a duck costume. Not a duck in a Cheez-It costume. I am so confused. I am a little bit. Does anybody know Keely a bit of a, should we say, troll? More like a flying check mark. Yes. Anyways. Yes, you're totally a troll. Hold on, I got a good way to prove this one. Just hold on 2 seconds. It's totally what we're doing, guys. It's really not. The poll is inconclusive. I mean, then again, I just erased 80 votes for yes. I was rigged. It was rigged. I already made my emotes and submitted them, and I don't feel like changing them right now. Sorry. Hold on. We got. The year was the 20th anniversary of Madness came out. The question is, what day? Ooh, that's the question. Wow, I just got spooked. Well, now I'm intrigued. So you said something, so you should. It'd be cool. Oh, the points cost changed. That's what it was. I found out where the info was for that. Or no. Wait. Maybe not. What? The... Give me one. Hold on. I think it's in here. Those fairies live inside your house. Don't you know? Anyways, I hope everybody that wanted to join the giveaway joined, because I believe that it is ended. And the winner between Big Chez and Kilo Mike. The winner is Kilo Mike, so I guess Kilo gets 100 points. Anyway. It's funny. Wind message. Totally rigged it. That's exactly what it said. It said on my thing, the winner's message at 2020. Kilo Mike 93. Totally rigged it. Actually, nah, not at all. It was entirely random. It really was 50-50. I mean, come on. Don't miss this. I probably should have done this little whisker after doing this little bit, but that's okay. There we go. I just did a weird thing to do it. That's all. It worked, so I'm not complaining. Well, I can tell you, PayPal does not accept your currency of one sandwich. That is one thing I can promise you, they do not accept. Anyway. Yeah, that's an impressive amount to have in loose change. I keep my little loose change jar on this desk. I told myself I will not change dump it until it's 100% full and I cannot get another coin in. That is what I promised myself. I don't nearly have that much in change. But mine's just a little change jar anyways. Even if I did, I would have already emptied it by now. I mean, think about it. It takes a lot to actually, like, do that. There's a quote from Michelangelo, something says... Yeah, that is true. That actually is true. I remember that. Whoa. I remember hearing it from watching. Yeah, it looks like they're testing you. Don't you know? Yes. Pizza. You think you have enough pizza? You do. Okay? If you don't think you do, no, shush, you do. No matter what you think. You don't want to turn into a mutant turtle because you ate too much pizza. That's totally how it happened. No, really though. Those movies they made were so good. They gave such a realistic concept to it, I guess, is what I'm looking to say. That's why I really like a lot of remakes like that for certain things, because usually remakes aren't that good. Not to knock on remakes for things, but remakes like that, Red, the Little Red Riding Hood, well, it's technically a horror more so, but I like them. Anyways, I'm going to take a little stretch break real quick, so you guys just kind of, poke around, for those of you that might be on PC, refresh and give a little poke around, what is it that I'm looking for? I know what I'm looking for. The wording. Widgets, yes, I think it should be shown up right. I cannot 100% guarantee that. I put in a schedule. I am going to actually update it soon and try to give myself a more of a schedule. Thus far, it's been like an everyday thing. So I will set the schedule for example, the next week. Something like that. And then when I'm on break, it'll be break until. And there's also a little leaderboard, so you can see the session, week, month, stuff like that, what somebody is made in pips, subs, whichever. Well, who subs and all. And like pips, if you click pips at the top, you can see the pips. It's not all of what's made in the session, but people who received some in that session. I'm not sure if it counts the ones that I manually added in, so you'll have to take a look at that, but for those of you on browser, it would require a refresh, so you can take this little break to refresh if you care to look at it. It's just something I've added in there. Soon I plan to actually add like what I'm using, and for whatever reason there's 2 widgets of the one thing. I know that. But I also plan to add the gear that I use. That way the companies that make what I use can also see some support. So I shall return in a little bit. It's just a little stretch break, so you guys enjoy a little intermission too and play around with your new toys. I did something weird. I walked in here and turned the light on, the overhead light on. I don't do that normally, ever. Anyway, give me just a moment. I'm going to read through the chat and see what I missed. One, internet is a powerful thing. Two, so is multiple tabs in a browser, as opposed to when it just had to be window by window. What are these bits I see posing on the screen? It's also meant to be a... Did I really just turn that light on face? I don't know what else to describe it as. Normally I don't turn on the overhead light at all. I rather low light situations. I don't know how most people feel on that, but that's how I am. As odd as it is. Don't be scared. I'm not a scaredy person. Yes, scaredy person. I'm not a scaredy person. Anyway. Oh, I don't even bother turning the light on. I don't like much of any light. The most of any light I ever turn on is my little lamp over here. And anyway. My light switch is also behind a dresser. It's fine though, being there. As I said, I don't use it a lot. Especially when I have right now, my computer's running dual monitor, but I have 3 monitors in front of me, all facing towards me. One being directly here, where you guys are, one here turned-ish, because that's this, my drawing tablet, and then over here, there's a little, 2-in-1. Actually, I do not green screen. I could green screen, but I don't wanna. It's just dark enough in here, even when it's bright out. It's just dark enough in here, so why would I need a green screen? And I have my own little box I trap myself in over here anyway, so, you know, it's fine. I'm just if I'm going to do any form of green screening, I won't get a green screen. I will instead use okay, Big Chaz is really farming those pips and trying to fill that jar all the way to its full potential. Like, I'm afraid to look at your loyalty points now. I'm actually looking at your loyalty points right now because I'm actually very curious. I looked over your name, must have been, because I couldn't see it. Oh, 32. I think. I didn't refresh the page, maybe. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if I'm going to do green screening, I'm going to just get one of those cameras that you don't have to green screen in particular. That's probably what I'll go for, because there's no point in me doing a green screen, especially when most of the time there's black behind me. And those cameras use, in a sense, their focal length to determine that. Sometimes things will fall in the cup, glitch really weird, and just falling out really fast in the other direction. It's really cool. It actually is really cool. Oh, Big Ches, you have 187 pips. Are you trying to get more than Kilo right now? Kilo's at 290. 290. Okay, everything must have fixed then, or is working on fixing, because if it's at 290, then it did take what it was supposed to take. It maybe not though, because as I said, most of the time Kilo Mike was donated as Dinkelberg, which would explain why it has more Dinkelberg than under, you know, the username. Which would make sense, and that's fine. As I said, I can give him credit for both points, no problem. I can remove Dinkelberg and then just combine it with his directly, or just add it onto his and just, yeah. And anytime he donates his Dinkelberg again, all I have to do is combine them later, which is no big deal. Anyways, thank you for all the bits. I'm sorry, since I normally don't do bits, I don't have an animated thing to play over everything for them, normally. As I said, you're having fun, it's not like I'm gonna complain. Plus, if they actually did the notification on screen for that, which I figured not to, since it did have the chat aspect anyway, that I was just going to, you know, let it be with that. Fear no evil. Looks roughly accurate. Some of these highlights and darker spots are hard to see unless you look at it from a zoomed in point on the reference photo. I should zoom in far closer. You correct, sir. I was wrong previously. You didn't say you are correct, sir. You said, you correct. Ooh. Yep, see you another time. I'm glad you were able to stop by, and I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. You're always welcome here. And I'll probably be streaming sometime pretty soon again. I don't know exactly when, but I'm gonna work that out on my schedule soon. I will tell you when I do that, if you check back and the time will always be a rough estimate. For if it's like 6-ish, it's probably going to be an estimate. It depends. And even then, I'll try to keep it as up to date as I can so that they can be 100% to that time. Bye. Oh, I was saying how many pips you have. How many bits you have? I don't know. Give me one moment and I can check. Oh, Kilo Mike, I did actually do that troll. Is Kilo Mike a troll? And, we got 3 votes for yes, so... Anyways, we'll go to recent events. You've done 5, 5, 10, 10. So 30 bits. So you have successfully spammed it with 30 cents. I think it's funny. Yep, I told you you're a troll. You just don't want to believe me. But you know, the world has spoken. Okay, I'll hack your account and change your name to I'm a Troll 93. No, really, I will not hack your account. I will not do anything like that. I never said trolls were bad, per se. I mean, there is a whole movie about them being the friendliest creatures in all of the universe and loving glitter and everything. I watched that movie just because I was curious. Not bad, actually. I'm gonna make my brush a little bigger. South Park special. And I challenge somebody to prove me wrong. I absolutely love it. Speaking of, I need to catch up. I will, soon.